Semifinal number 2 in the water. J.Florence up and riding. J with a big snap to begin with. Power gouge. Looking down the line, J skips this section, comes around. Beautiful full rail carve. Bending the fins. J.Florence pops it in the air. And a tidy little air to finish for J.Florence in his matchup against M.McGillivray. That was right before this wave from J.Florence.
And this one comes through as his backup. So good combination right here, and he was looking for more speed down the line. Wave just kind of fizzled out. He was like, okay, I'll kick out after this carve. Still some good surfing, though, but a really difficult wave to surf for John. It's actually a 617 right there for Florence, so that's his best so far. And, you know, getting deemed incomplete right there at the end, but he held that rail for a long time, Kaipo.
Yeah.
Good amount of speed on that.
That's the stuff that we like to see from J.Florence, that extreme rail pressure. And then this finish right here, the judges deemed incomplete.
Yeah, they got it right, too. I don't think he fully rode out of it with control either, so spot on right there by 5 judges upstairs.
J.Florence opens up with a 6.17. John's on wave number 2. Fiery first snap for J.Florence. Gets around this section via a float. One more float, biding his time. He realizes there's no more scoring potential. He kicks out. Let's take a look. This is the first wave for M.McGillivray.
Yeah, just a 2.33, so the little setup right there. Same thing, tried to go a bit too hard, and when he came out of it.
M.McGillivray. This is the second wave for McGillivray. Fades off the bottom, snaps off the top. And wow, he has a habit of coming late to the lip for those big frontside air reverses, but that time he just got projected into the flats, and not in a good way. Talk about sacrificing body. Check this out.
Great carve to open things up, and as you said, a really steep wave, hollow right here for Matt. Just never really catches the grab right there, and that's what I'm talking about. See how close it was to not only landing on top of his board, but maybe even getting the whole board and the fins to the face, too. Got to be careful with those ones.
Here goes Matt. And he didn't see anything eventuate on that wave, so kicks out. J. Better looking second wave here. Florence speeds through a bottom turn and top turn hack right back into the pocket.
Wow.
Quick snap on the Paisel. Another quick snap. Oh, loses the fins a little bit. Has to regain composure, gets back up in the lip, and salvages a finish. With this effort, J.Florence.
Excellent use of priority, and most importantly, capitalizing on a golden opportunity here. Great carve. Love how he brings it all the way around Kaipo into the lip. So the variation is there. And there, a little misstep, but see how he recovers so quickly and eyes the next section? That is very difficult, and there's a reason why this guy is wearing yellow right now in the rankings leader. Another angle, brings it all the way around. That's been a maneuver that we've seen John do many different times over the years here on the CT. And you can just see right there the amount of power and push that he puts through that first turn. Kaipo very committed, especially from the get-go on that wave.
Yeah. I always often talk about fin bending, and J doing that with the power and the push in his turns. But the recovery from this, impressive.
Yeah, and really difficult. He's basically sitting down at that point right there. Core strength, obviously a big thing.
J behind him, giant alley-oop, and puts it down. Continues on. Full momentum down the line after a huge alley-oop, and he's going to continue to assault Punta Roca. What do you want, J.Florence?
There has just been a murder on the dance floor, ladies and gentlemen. Good Lord. So, all the way on the outside, gaining speed right here. Click. Bam, right there with the landing. As easy as Sunday morning, Kaipo, straight into the carve right there. And then how's this little combo right at the end, too? Oh, wow. Flawless.
You don't see a lot of claims from J. This isn't from the water, Mitch.
Whenever he claims a wave, that included over in Tahiti, it means that it's something special. Look at how perfect that was. The height, the angle,
the landing,
the rotation, everything.
And it didn't stop any of his momentum, any of his performance on that wave.
So difficult landing in the spot, having your feet in the same place. The degree of difficulty as high as it could possibly be.
Oh, love this in slow motion, Mitchell.
Just perfect technique, always well balanced on top of the board. Excellent stuff right here from John. But once again, where he lands, look at the back foot. Perfectly placed the entire time.
And then straight into a bottom turn.
That is just absurd. Wow, into the next carve too. This should be a huge number, Kipes.
Yeah, we feel it's a huge number. And we'll get the finish. And wow, the judges know that it's a huge number. A 10, and not just a 10, a perfect 10. A 10 from every one of the 5 judges.
Well-deserved.
J. Florence scores that perfect 10. And a Yeti cooler stuffed with a bunch of Yeti gear. He already rides for Yeti, but he's gonna have an extra Yeti cooler. Surf City El Salvador Pro, presented by Corona. Semifinal 2 in the water. J. Florence, if you're just catching up with us, has already scored a perfect 10, and he continues his assault here at Punta Roca. Throws that one away, giving an opportunity for M.McGillivray. McGillivray with a nice carve to start. Sees no future in that wave. He kicks out McGillivray. McGillivray uses priority. Hack off the top. Another snap off the top. Carve for variety. Fades that bottom turn. Great flow on this wave.
Power surfing mixed with the air. What gets better than that? Well, we got Matthew trying to battle back into this. Probably going to try to over surf because he's really behind the ball here. I mean,
here comes John again. Uses his priority. Big gaffing turn off the top. Looks for another ramp and has to throw that frontside air away. Looks like he was going for the slob grab on that one. And Mitchell, you're glad that that board got away from John.
Please.
McGillivray does have priority. There is a line coming through here. He looks like he's interested in this one. The South African is going to scratch into this. Long bottom turn. Top turn combo is very smooth on the Channel Islands surfboard. Pops it into the air.
Yes, sir.
Nose picks out of it, a little bit hung up, but no problem. Gets right back into the open face to continue down the line. Little catch of the rail there that may cost them. He's looking for something dynamic for the finish. Pops it up and eases through another air reverse. Gets a bonus section on the inside here. One more time, and he can make it 3 on one wave to the applause by the fans here at Punta Roca. I like the fight back.
He's been surfing great, and he's just always underappreciated when it comes to a lot of these waves on tour. Great opening roundhouse right there. I thought that nose pick right there was really difficult to do, especially with the landing inside of the whitewater. And then comes around it, gets to work right here with the rail work. Unfortunately catches an edge, breaks up the flow. And then this is where he gets the 2 extra air reverses in. A bit lateral right there, still with a good amount of height. And fits in the last one a bit forced. Still very difficult, so got to be really happy with his performance and his result. But that guy, Kaipo, he's looking good.
J. Florence and Yago Dora in the men's final. Women's finals coming up after this.
John, we gotta start with that 10-point ride you had here in the semifinal to all but punch your ticket to the finals. Talk us through that wave.
Yeah, I had like a 6 and a 7 already, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do an air now. And I was just pumping down the line and had a good wall to do like an alley-oop. And yeah, I did the air. I was really surprised how clean I came down. I came down on such a good part of the wave, and I was like more in front of it than I thought I was gonna be. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can go straight into another turn. And the wave just kind of stayed lining up, and it was a really fun wave.
I can tell by the smile on your face how much fun you're having, but I know how badly you want to win this competition. You've made the finals a few times this year. What's it going to take to get your first event win of 2024?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep sticking my plan. I don't know, I've been surfing good, and Yago's been ripping too, so it's been fun to watch him. And it seems like he's kind of gone the same strategy on the medium ones and doing those crazy airs, and so it'll be interesting. The waves are pumping, so I'm stoked.
Looking forward to it, John.
Yep, thank you.